Thank you. Good evening, everyone. It is truly my genuine pleasure and very high honor to be standing with all of you as we gather together in this Celebration of Life event. Please give yourselves a big round of applause. As a member of the Boston Living Center's community and Temple Beth Avada's TIPS team here tonight with our community and our spiritual leader, Rabbi Keith Stern, I am so deeply moved by all that the Boston Living Center does every day, day over day, week by week, year in and year out. For us at Temple Beth Avodah, there is indeed a very special linkage that we have to the Boston Living Center, since it was roughly 20 years ago that Peter Daniel Clark was inspired to bring together all of you, his community, for what might be those living with HIV infection and AIDS, so that they could actually celebrate together during this time of year, this Thanksgiving. In his living years, Peter understood the meaning of community, of the inherent meaning of life itself, just as the Clark and Feldman families continue to do, linked inextricably to the Boston Living Center and our Boston-based community. Peter's sister, Debbie Feldman, Peter's brother-in-law and husband, Ron Feldman, together with their children and all of the Clark and Feldman family members, are not with us here tonight as I'm standing in for them, because why? They are actually celebrating the birthday of the family patriarch, Al Clark, the father of Peter and Debbie, who's turning 93 this year on Thanksgiving. For me, it's amazing that a year has passed since we were here together celebrating together during the Celebration of Life event, honoring Dr. John Mazzullo, a dear friend and colleague of mine who won the 2009 Peter Daniel Clark Award. John is happy to report from home that he's well and sends his love and regards to all of you here, as you know him, to be devoted to this community, as he always has been, wishing everyone a healthy and a holiday season of peace. So I am absolutely thrilled and highly honored to be standing, as I said, in front of you and for the Feldman and Clark families to present this year's Peter Daniel Clark Award to Scott Galinsky. As a member of the Boston Living Center since 2005, Scott has actively participated at the center of the Living Center, being so instrumental in its programming, assuming so many leadership roles and responsibilities, including being chairman of the Consumer Advisory Board, board of member and director, chair of the DINAFEST committee, just to name a few. Indeed, the Boston Living Center, we all know Scott to be a remarkable individual, a wonderful ambassador, and an integral member of the community, passionate, committed, and devoted to all that the Boston Living Center is aiming to do, sustaining it and enriching all of our lives as he does. Please join me in congratulating Scott Galinsky, the 2010 Peter Daniel Clark Awardee. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Give me a hug.
Thank you very much. Mom, can you hear me? She's on the telephone. My mom is in the hospital, so we're trying to do this so that she can hear me on the telephone. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here tonight. I'd like to take a few minutes to first thank the Clark and Feldman family, to be thought of in the same breath as Peter Daniel Clark. It's an amazing honor. I came to the center, like Valerie said, and I was beaten and broken, and I didn't have any hope, and I stared at the floor, and I cried, and I didn't know what to do with myself because I was completely ashamed that I was HIV positive. My family lived in upstate New York, and I didn't really have a community, and it took me a while to get to the Boston Living Center. And when I walked through the doors, I was greeted by somebody who said, "Welcome." They took me into the dining room. I had my first meal. I kept staring at the floor. My friend Melanie, who's here tonight, she then came over and she introduced herself and she invited me to go to the Bridges for Life program. It's one of the peer programs that we have. It's a peer program that saved my life, and I would not be where I am without the Bridges for Life program. That's right. So I went every day, even when I didn't want to. I showed up because I was invited, because people started to rely on me, and because I wanted to become a man of dignity and honor. I started to get involved. I started to look up. I started to greet people in the eye. I decided it was time to get back and give back to people, and I was asked to be on the Consumer Advisory Board, and so for 3 years I was the chair of the Consumer Advisory Board and worked really hard to bring one back for us so that we had a very strong voice of membership. Then I moved on and I was asked to be on the board of directors, which was an incredibly huge honor for me, and I never expected that, and I am so honored to be on that board, to be fighting every day for all of us who are living with HIV, and we are living with it. We are not dying. Very important that everyone knows that. Because of so much that was given to me, it is important for me to give back, even the littlest bit that I can. I never thought that I was ever going to be in the position to be able to give back to anyone. But now I am. And if you're new to the center and you're staring at the floor, it will get better. I know we hear that a lot, but for us, it will get better too. You will stare at the floor for as long as you need to stare at the floor. And you will cry for as long as you need to cry. And when you're ready, we are going to be here. We are going to help you. And if you've already done your crying and you're ready to give back, you can do it in many ways. You can give someone a smile in the dining room. You can carry someone's tray. You can open the door. You can say welcome. You can get involved in programming. You can get on the Consumer Advisory Board. You can go to the various events that we have. You can do it in so many ways. It can be the smallest way that will make the difference. Trust me, the people who smiled at me changed my life. So I encourage all of you to give back to the community that we love, the community that we're a part of. I thank the Boston Living Center for being there, because without you, I would be dead. You saved my life, every single one of you. Whether I know you or not, and if I don't know you, please come up and say hello. I know at our table at the dining room, it looks like we're having a lot of fun, and we are. Please come over and say hi. We'd love to have you meet us. And the last thing I'd like to say is, I am truly a blessed man. There's nothing special about me. There's nothing different about me. I just wanted to have a better life. And now that I have one, I feel it's important to give back. So please give back in any way that you can. Thank you again to the Feldman and Clark family. It is a true honor to be standing here with this award. I love every single one of you. Have a great Thanksgiving. And Mom, I hope you heard all of this, because I love you very much.